Ready? All right.
Hey, you know what?
Good evening, everyone. The Tuscaloosa City Council has now come to order. If you would, please bow your heads for our prayer, then remain standing for our Pledge of Allegiance. Bow our heads, please. Dear God, bless our proceedings tonight. Give us the wisdom to know what is just and the strength to do what is right. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Approval of the minutes.
Move we approve the minutes.
Second.
Moved and second that we approve the minutes. Voting Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Minutes stand approved. Proclamation and statements by council. Do we have any council proclamations or statements tonight?
Well, Mayor, I would like to say, Mr. Fell, I know you get that. I'd like to say I want to thank Mr. Barry Colburn, the new head track coach at Shelton State Community College, and he gave us all these really nice cross-country track T-shirts. And
Thank you, Barry.
look forward to a great season. And also, of course, Joseph Eatman, the Dean of Community Relations for Shelton State, is with us as well. So Shelton State's definitely in the house.
That's right.
Thank you, Council President Tyner. Anyone else?
I just wanted to mention again, Caring Days is having its annual fundraiser at University Mall Saturday morning, 9:30. Go by and see these folks. It's a wonderful, wonderful facility operation that Caring Days has in our community.
Thank you, Mr. Fell. Anyone else? Agenda item comments by citizens?
No, sir.
Unfinished business, clerk.
This will adopt zoning amendment number 1480.
Move adoption? No, tabled for 3 weeks, isn't
3
it?
weeks.
3 weeks.
Motion.
Second.
It's been moved in second. I want to make certain, was this a public hearing when it was
Yes, it was.
introduced? Okay, this was a public hearing when it was introduced. Is there anyone here wishing to speak on it? Seeing none, voting to table, Mr. Fell?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
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 It's tabled for 2 weeks. Consent agenda, clerk.
This approves item A on the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and second to adopt the consent agenda. Voting, Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
Consent agenda is adopted. Public hearings, clerk.
This orders demolition of the structure at 3727 24th Street.
So moved. Second.
Moved and second, Mr. Williams.
Mr. Mayor, Council, this is for the condemnation of 3727 24th Street, condemned June 9th, 2022. This property has 35 housing code violations. This property is in the area of the West End Revitalization Program authorized by Mayor Maddox. Excuse me. The owner has been contacted, advised of this hearing, and is aware that if the condemned property is demolished by the city of Tuscaloosa, the cost of demolition will be charged back to the owner. To our knowledge, the owner is not here to represent the property.
Any questions, Mr. Williams? Is the owner here of 3727 24th Avenue or a representative of the owner? Seeing none, any more questions or any questions? Seeing none, this is a public hearing. Is there anyone here wishing to speak for or against this demolition? Seeing none, voting, Mr. Fell.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Demolition's ordered, clerk.
This orders demolition of the structure at 3309 21st Street.
Move adoption.
Second.
Been moved and second, Mr. Williams.
This is for the condemnation of 3309 21st Street, both the main structure and all accessory buildings on the property. This property was condemned June 9th, 2022, has 35 housing code violations. This house is also in the West End Revitalization Program authorized by Mayor Maddox. The owner has been contacted and is aware of this hearing and is aware that if it's condemned and demolished by the city of Tuscaloosa, the cost of demolition will be charged back to the owner. The owner is not here to represent the property, but does not intend to dispute or appeal the council's decision.
Any questions, Mr. Williams? Okay. Mr. Williams did state that the owner is not here, but just for the record, is the owner or a representative of 3309 21st Street here tonight? Is there anyone here wishing to speak for or against the demolition? Seeing none, voting Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
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 Demolition's ordered. Clerk.
This will approve the restaurant retail liquor license for
you, Mr.
Avenue Pub in Tuscaloosa.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and second, Mr. Mills.
All right, good evening, Mayor and Council. This is ABC Alcohol Application 22-064 for a restaurant retail liquor located at 2230 University Boulevard. The first picture is an aerial map of the location. My second picture shows the police report. All necessary reports have been filed with the city clerk's office. Officer Champion will give this report, followed by the applicant to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Mr. Mills. Officer
Thank you.
Champion.
Crime report for the listed address from August 4th, 2021 to August 4th, 2022. We had 3 theft reports listed. This is our heat map within a quarter mile. Top crimes we had listed within the quarter mile.
Any questions for Officer Champion? Okay, thank you, Officer Champion.
Thank you, Mayor.
Is the applicant here? If you would, please come forward and give your name and address.
Craig Williams, 2230 University Boulevard.
Hey, Craig.
Any questions?
You're in a new location now, right, Craig?
We are. So we were at 405 23rd Avenue for the last 9 years, and so we just moved to 2230 University Boulevard. Really excited. I think it's opened up a lot of opportunities for us to overcome some of the shortcomings we had with the smaller building in our last space. We've got a bar that feels more appropriate, a kitchen that's sized appropriately for the amount of business we're trying to do. We've got a better presence on University Boulevard, bathrooms that aren't back behind the kitchen, and everything else. And so I'm really excited. I think the presence at the corner of 23rd Avenue and University Boulevard is fantastic. I love being next to De Palma's and hoping to continue to bring value to downtown Tuscaloosa.
Awesome.
Craig, one thing I would say is the food is still the same.
Is it?
Still good.
That's
It's
our
great.
biggest.
It's great.
We are here to try to silence anybody and everybody. We are not changing a thing. We're not tweaking the menu. We're not adjusting this or doing that. It's just in a new space. It's the same staff. It's the same food, same standards of quality, and striving for excellence on a daily basis. We've been fortunate. We've had great employees over the years who have helped us just work really hard to produce something special, and that's been the fundamental or the foundation of what we've done, and the response we've gotten from the Tuscaloosa community. I mean, you couldn't have told me that 9 years ago. I would have never believed it, and we've been fortunate, and so we're excited about the move and excited to continue to be in downtown Tuscaloosa.
I just want to say quickly, I'm Saturday night, I got my 34th annual talent search, and one of the things that my judges come up from Walt Disney World, professional scouts, and they always insist, which meal are we going to the Avenue Pub? So now they'll be in a new place, and they love your food as well, so we'll hopefully see you Friday night.
That's awesome. Yeah, well, we look forward to it, and I really appreciate that. Appreciate the support.
Congratulations on everything you've accomplished.
Thank you, Mayor.
We appreciate your investment.
All right.
Any other questions, Mr. Williams? Thank you. This is a public hearing. Is anyone here wishing to speak for or against? Seeing none, voting, Councilor Fail.
Yes.
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 The restaurant retail liquor license is approved. Good luck. Clerk.
This grants tentative approval of North River Marina condominiums, a planned unit development.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and second. Mr. Pons.
All right, so we have a mixed-use development here called North River Condominiums, or North River Marina Condominiums, consisting of 34 residential condominium units, a restaurant, and a 15,000 square foot marina store on approximately 14.7 acres located at 8500 Mountain Batten Road Northeast, and this is Council District 3. So here's the location. It's in the North River Yacht Club as it currently sits today. This is the property that we're discussing tonight. So the PUD narrative states that this is a multi-story residential condominium building. It's got 34 units. It will have structured parking in the rear being the backside of the lake. It's 22 bedroom units, 10 3-bedroom units, and 4 1-bedroom units. And the owner has stated that the units will be rented to people that have to maintain membership to North River. So here's that subject property. You see the captain's cabin right there. Just north of it is kind of where the condominium units will be located. And this is the overall site plan. So you can see that roundabout area is where you come in, and that's parking, and that's the parking deck. And then as you continue closer to the river, that's where the actual condominiums are located. And then there is the marina store, but again, we're just talking about the condominiums tonight. And then this is that restaurant area as well. This is the kind of basement level closest to the lake. Then as you move up, you have that next story, which is where the pool is located, access to the pool there. And then you have the lowest level of the parking deck, and then the middle level, and then you have the top level there, which that kind of circular area has parking. And then you have one floor above that as well. So five total stories. This is looking towards the lake behind this building here. So this is showing that parking structure. And then this is from the lake view. And then just another angle there for the restaurant. So this area here, you can see on this map is the future land use character map identifies this as parks and open space. The reason being was the owner of the property of this parcel here is the same owner of the golf course area. And as you can see, open space and recreation, private golf courses are appropriate. However, this clearly is not part of the golf course area. And so in reanalyzing the future land use character type for this specific property, it would likely meet lakeside living more so than parks and open space. And that's that blue that you see all the rest of the map is showing. And then this is just the Planning and Zoning Commission considered this in July and unanimously recommended approval for this project. I know the petitioner is here in person if you have any questions.
Yeah, Zach, just for a point of order, I guess, again, reiterate to everybody what this is and what it's not. This is a vote for the condominiums. It's the PUD vote. It is not the marina vote, the boat slips. All of that stuff is a separate process, correct?
That's right, yes, sir.
Yeah.
They're going through a rezoning process, and the Lakes Division will be looking at the boat slips.
Because I think there's been a little bit of confusion on that, but I know Andy's going to talk to some of those points tonight. So
Sure.
the other thing I wanted to say, talk about density of this development. I mean, and based on these 14 acres, we're only talking about what, 34 units, right?
Yes, sir. So it's about half the amount of density that they would be allowed in an R1 PUD.
Any other questions for Mr. Pons? Okay, thank you. If the applicant would come forward, please give your name and address.
Good evening, Andy Turner, 1810 Commons North Drive, Suite 1, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, 35406. Mainly here tonight to answer questions. I can kind of walk through the process we've been through to this point. As Zach alluded to, the focus of this is on the condominium component of the project. This project was really originated back in early October of 2021. I began working with the staff at that point on how we should approach this, given the complexity of this project, one being on the lake, two being a marina that's in existence already, having a restaurant operation, having the captain's cabin, which is kind of an event space that North River utilizes, and then adding the residential component of condominiums. So that process started all the way back in October of 2021. From there, I guess stepping back, we kind of, the Troon is the owner of North River Yacht Club. They recognize the need for the marina to be improved and the whole area needing significant capital investment. They wanted someone who had a vested interest in North River to purchase this property and work with them to make sure this is developed well. So that's kind of where that started. Then I started meeting with the staff once we had a contract and an agreement to purchase. It's also important for me, I live in North River, and working with membership there, working with the club to have a very positive project that's going to continue to improve the experience there. Because really it is what Jack Warner did in developing North River Yacht Club and the vision that he had for that area was really visionary. I mean, and it's a tremendous asset that could not be built today to the level that he built that at. And so this is really about, if you've read his book, The Odyssey, all it talked about was what was next. Everything was a work in progress at North River, and he was always adding to, changing, and redeveloping the area. And this is kind of that what's next for the marina area that is in real need of significant capital investment. So looking at how to do that effectively, you kind of have to have all components working together well between the condominiums, the renovation of the restaurant area, and the marina, and providing the appropriate services there and things that boaters and lakegoers need. So this really started in October 2021. March of 2022, the general manager, Carl Bilstein, and I met with the North River Homeowners Association Architectural Review Board, so they oversee kind of the architectural components of the homes and development in North River, and showed them what we were working on and got their approval and buy-in to the project. From there, in March of 2022, I had initial meetings with city staff to review the actual plans to make sure we were doing the submittal process correctly for the R1 PUD. We also started meeting with the Lakes Division at the city in regards to the marina in March of 2022. April 2022, the project was reviewed with the North River Advisory Board, so they're a board of directors, but they're advisory to Troon. We presented everything to them to make sure that they thought the project was appropriate and best for the area, and they all were in agreement with the project. April of 2022, after we met with them, we also started meeting with the adjoining property owners to the property in the area, showing them what we were planning for the redevelopment of the area. Following that, on April 25th, 2022, we sent an email with full information about this to every member of North River Yacht Club. We had a huge positive response and a lot of excitement about this area actually being activated and renovated and kind of brought back to its former glory. May, we had our pre-design meeting with planning and zoning staff. June, this was submitted for Planning and Zoning Commission hearing and approval. July, we were notified that after staff had gone through the code some more, that we needed to revise the R1 PUD to BN. I didn't think that having that entire property as BN was the best solution for this, given that it is in North River. So what we worked towards was we actually did a subdivision to separate out the restaurant and the marina component into Lot 2, and then kept the condos in Lot 1, making that R1, keeping that as the R1 PUD, and then putting the BN where the BN is needed. That was heard at Planning and Zoning this month and approved unanimously. So then we're here tonight for the R1 PUD approval. And that is what this is about, and we understand that from here, probably mid-September, I think, is approximately when the rezoning will come to the city council. The subdivision was approved at Planning and Zoning, and that doesn't move forward from there. And then once we're scheduled to actually close on the purchase of the land next week, so at that point we can then submit for dock permits, and that would probably be here in mid-September, assuming we can keep that timeline going. I'll just leave it open to questions from there. That's kind of the process we've been through, the map we've gone through to get here. We feel like we've been transparent as possible and seeking out as much input as possible. And that's where we are.
Andy, can you talk a little bit about, I know one of the issues that's come up about the condos is, I think, how it is going to be set back maybe a little bit further from the water than some of the things that
Sure.
have been said. I mean, talk a little bit about that, please.
Yeah, so if you look at, how do I go through this thing? Can you go and show the, I think there was a picture of the actual marina area. You can show that. Go back to what it currently looks like. I think that helps give better perspective because I think rendering, sometimes you can't fully grasp the perspective from those. Yes, right here. So if you're looking at this current site right now, you see you have what we're going to call the lawn is the area. It used to be a beach down there, those two tiers. You can see that are down at the waterfront. You know, and again, I'm totally estimating here. I have not, but we will get the exact measurements. You know, that is probably 100 feet from the shore to that initial wall right there. Then you have the captain's cabin area. And if you look, cool. All right. So you have the lighthouse right here. That is approximately where that the condominium, the furthest out point of the condominium building would be. And so you're, I mean, at least a football field, if not more, off of the shoreline before you get to the building. And the primary structure, you know, it sits, you've got one that's kind of, well, it's too far over, kind of right here, and then it steps back a little bit, that comes across like this, and then you've got the one that sits right here, like that. And so when you look at this, you are pretty far back from the actual shoreline. This is the existing parking lot right here, and so you saw on the other slide from the vantage point. So when you come in right there, you know, you're basically seeing the way that the elevation is. It looks like a story and a half of building when you come in from the parking lot side here. And then we use the slope. So there's a, and again, I can get the exact drop, but it's a significant elevation drop from this point right here to this point right here. And we're utilizing that slope right in there is where the building sits in. And so, do I go to the next slide? Do I just swipe this thing? Go to the next slide. Go to the next slide. Or the one that actually shows the building with the pool and all that stuff. The rendering one. You can see the approach here from this side. And the thing to notice is you can see that this building to the left is below the tree line. The trees are above where the building is. And so that kind of helps give a little bit of perspective of the size of the building. And then you can go to one that's from the other side over here. So, we'll just talk about this one. So you can see where the captain's cabin is, if you think back to the real picture, and then you can see how many steps and how far back you're going to actually get up to the building is quite significant where the actual waterfront is. And in part of it, you see these docks over here to the right. This one has the umbrellas on it that is covered, shown covered here. You know, one of the concerns was that from the restaurant, people might cross over the acquisition line with a drink or whatever into that area. So this is no longer a covered dock. It is now 8, just what we're calling open slips. They're uncovered. It would be if you live somewhere on the lake and you want to come to the restaurant for dinner, and you're a member, you could park there in your boat, go to dinner, and so that's just open right there.
Any other questions for Mr. Turner?
Andy, I have one because the concerns that I've had, and I think you answered it, but I just want to, the concerns I had from people that I've spoken with was the condominiums. Obviously on this right here, they do look so towering like they're, is that how it actually is?
I mean, it's a accurate rendering. I think that the perspective from being down at the water side, you're looking up. So if you were standing down at the water right now and you were looking up, it's a long way up to that lighthouse. I mean, and again, I don't want to say a number because it'll be an estimate, but it is significantly taller. If you can go back to the one.
So it's further, this actually is kind of
if you look
further
at
back.
this, if you look, so that angle is over there where that wooden dock is to the right.
Oh, I
So
see.
You're down there, and if you look from there up to that lighthouse, that is well above. I mean, you've got a 1.5-story captain's cabin built house right there, and that lighthouse is up there. So if you just look at the slope, just the slope alone is significant right there.
Okay.
And we're building into the slope as opposed to flattening and sitting on top of it.
Yeah.
We're building down into the slope to minimize any height of the building.
Okay. All right, and it's 5 stories?
It is 5 stories. Yeah.
That's all I had.
Any other questions? All right. Thank you. This is a public hearing. Anyone here wish to speak for or against? If you would, please come forward and give your name and address.
Mark Herring, 1200 Diamond Point Circle.
Any questions, Mr. Herring?
I do. Can we put up the map, the overall, showing the whole slough? And just so you know what I do, I'm a developer also. I have developed can't see the rest of that bottom. That's Maison du Lac that we did in 2015. Yeah, right here, this area here is the peninsula, which we had approved last year. The concerns I have, and that people have asked me through Maison du Lac and the future owners of Peninsula, is that we have not been notified by the city of any of these meetings, 0. And with that building being a direct, right there, we surround that slough. No one from Peninsula, myself, or Mason du Lac has received any mail whatsoever on any meetings about any of this. Andy's done a good job with North River South members, but not everybody's a member that lives in those places. And the items we have, and this is, I'm voicing, instead of getting 30 folks in here, I'm representing a lot of people. The Maison du Lac folks and the Peninsula folks. I think it just made it a lot easier for this purpose. They were told it was 34 units, but never it being 5-story. This is what, I don't know because I wasn't involved in it. The 5-story is what everybody's concerned about, towering over their houses. Peninsula and Maison, the last 6 lots in there. These people paid $500,000 to $750,000 a lot. So you can see their concerns on that. And I think the rendering, like Andy said, really doesn't do it justice. I think the rendering is a little overbearing for people that doesn't do this for a living. They see this and they get a little scared. So, and Andy and I have talked about this, and I think he's going to try to make some adjustments on that so people could actually see it. And maybe, I think it might even be a good idea for the people that surround that to get on board is try to lay it out up there or something. It's just hard to say. If you don't do this for a living, you can talk all you want. It's just hard for them to see what's really going to happen. And so I think Andy's fighting an uphill battle on that. It's just, when you look at that, it's towering over that whole slough, which also is looking in the backyards of these houses that are $2 to $7 million. So, they're very concerned about it, and that's what I'm here to discuss, besides, not being notified. The marina is a whole separate issue. There's no need to get in that now, because this is not what we're here to talk about. It's really about the condominiums. But that's basically the concerns of the people of my developments, of the people of Peninsula and Maison du Lac.
Mr. Pons, what's the radius of notifications from the planning department?
500 for rezonings, and then adjacent property owners for subdivisions. So the lake would be the adjacent property owner as the city of Tuscaloosa.
So no one over here or
Right.
over there got one because they were beyond 500?
We have record sending them, so I don't know exactly what our radius, what the exact radius was, but we've got all that record just to make sure that we're properly sending notification.
Thank you. Any other questions? All right.
I don't have anything.
Thank you very much. Anyone
you,
else
Mark.
wish to address City Council? If you would, please come forward and give your name and address. Good evening.
My
Good
name is
evening.
David Green. I'm a homeowner on the peninsula that doesn't show on the pictures. I have two pictures I think would be very helpful. If I could possibly send them to your technology, maybe they could put them on the top. Is that something that's possible?
Probably not during, no.
Okay. There's a very large peninsula that's not shown in the pictures that we've seen so far. And there's a lot of homeowners down below, as Mark said. I'm concerned as the treasurer of the Basin Deluc homeowners that I don't know that we've ever received any notification of this going on. I got an email from one of the other homeowners the other day, just Sunday, and that's the first I heard about it. So I realize it's been going on for a year, but it seems, we've invested a significant amount of money in our property and development there on that peninsula as a homeowner, and just concerned about the size of that building. We really don't have any good drawings that would show accurately where. I hear it's going into a side of a hill, but it's kind of hard to say, well, here's a couple of red lines, that's where it's going to be, versus something that's more concrete. So the other concerns we have, or I have, about the boat access and the gas station there, the use of that, who's all going to use that, and how much traffic's going to be generated going in there. We can bring that back to another meeting. I understand is a more appropriate time to address with that. But if this moves through as a residential condominium, then you kind of wonder, well, how are you going to reduce the amount of boat openings in the future marina slots? I think that'll be, it's concerning that it would probably just follow right after the approval of the condominium, et cetera. So we'd like to see, as homeowners on the peninsula, we'd like to see some better drawings that show exactly what it is we're looking at that will possibly negatively affect our investment on the peninsula with herring construction. That's it.
Any questions for Mr. Green?
That's very understandable, for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. President, or,
Anyone,
sorry, you go.
anyone else wish to address City Council? Seeing none, we will close the public hearing. Mr. Crowe?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, based on the conversations and the questions that have been presented tonight, but really the questions I've been getting to, I think it is best, I would like to make a motion to table this for 1 week.
Second.
We have a motion to table for 1 week. It's been seconded. Any other discussion? Seeing none, voting Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
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 Resolution's tabled for 1 week. Thank you. Resolution and ordinances not of a general nature or permanent operation. Mr. Mills, I think tonight's meeting is sponsored by Downtown Entertainment LLC.
Yes, sir.
Mayor.
Again, Mayor, good evening to council. The next 16 applications is sponsored by Downtown Entertainment for events located on the university property. All necessary reports have been filed by the city clerk office. Officer Champion will give any reports you have, and the applicant here to answer any questions you may have.
Before Officer Champion comes up, I was so excited about the next 16 resolutions. Got to get the clerk to introduce the resolution formally.
This will approve the less than 7 day special events retail license at 946 University Boulevard on September 17th.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and second. I am so glad we have Ms. Johnson. Officer Champion. And is there, and also, I know 2 of the 16 will be withdrawn. Will you also, if you have any issues with any of these applications, would you please voice them at this time?
I have no issues with any of these. There's the same ones from Mr. Hanks. We've gone over last year, this year. We've never had any issues with them. Good. Police department's good with it, sir.
Any questions for Officer Champion on any of these resolutions?
Yeah.
Thank you, Officer Champion. Mr. Mills, I forgot to ask you, does A&F have any issues with any of the resolutions before the City Council from Downtown Entertainment LLC?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, well, we will, at this point, begin a series of votes. Remember, two of these are going to be, we'll be asking for you to withdraw, and I will let you know prior to that resolution being introduced. So, beginning with the approval for DKE Alumni Game Day, September 17th, voting, Mr. Fell.
Yes.
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 Application is approved. Clerk.
This will approve the less than 7 days special events retail license at 946 University Boulevard on September 24th.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and second, voting, Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
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 Application is approved. Clerk.
This will approve the less than 7 days special events retail license at 976 University Boulevard on September 17th.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and second, voting, Mr. Fell.
Yes.
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 Resolution is adopted. Clerk.
This will approve the less than 7 days special events retail license at 976 University Boulevard on September 24th.
Move adoption.
Second.
Moved and second, voting, Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
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 Resolution is adopted. Clerk.
This will approve the less than 7 days special events retail license at 432 University Boulevard on September 17th.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and second, voting, Mr. Fell.
Yes.
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 Resolution is adopted. Clerk.
This will approve the less than 7 days special events retail license at 432 University Boulevard on September 24th.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and second, voting, Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
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 Application's approved. Clerk.
This will approve the less than 7 days special events retail license at 416 University Boulevard on September 17th.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and second, voting, Mr. Fell.
Yes.
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 Application's approved. Clerk.
This will approve the less than 7 days special events retail license at 416 University Boulevard on September 24th.
Move to accept.
Second.
Moved and second, voting, Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
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 Application's approved. Clerk.
This will approve the less than 7 days special events retail license at 332 University Boulevard on September 17th.
Move adoption.
Second.
Been moved and second, voting, Mr. Fell.
Yes.
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 Application's approved. Clerk.
This will approve the less than 7 days special events retail license at 332 University Boulevard on September 24th.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and second, voting, Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
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 Application's approved. Clerk.
This will approve the less than 7 days special events retail license at 312 University Boulevard on September 17th.
Motion to accept.
Second.
Moved and second, voting, Mr. Fell.
Yes.
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 Application's approved. Clerk.
This will approve the less than 7 days special events retail license at 312 University Boulevard on September 24th.
Move adoption.
Second.
It's been moved and second, voting, Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
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 Applications approved. The next two, after they're introduced, we'll ask that they be withdrawn.
This will approve the less than 7 days special events retail license at 304 University Boulevard on September 17th.
Move to withdraw.
Second.
Moved and second to withdraw, voting, Mr. Fell.
Yes.
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 Applications withdrawn. Clerk.
This will approve the less than 7 days special events retail license at 304 University Boulevard on September 24th.
Move to withdraw.
Second.
Moved and second to withdraw, voting, Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
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 Application is withdrawn. Clerk.
This will approve the less than 7 days special events retail license at 990 University Boulevard on September 17th.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and second, voting, Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
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 Application's adopted. Clerk.
This will approve the less than 7 days special events retail license at 990 University Boulevard on September 24th.
Move to accept.
Second.
Moved and second, voting, Mr. Fell.
Yes.
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 Application is approved. Now that we've taking care of the alcohol needs of Tuscaloosa for the month of September. We will move on to job specs.
Oh, I thought marijuana was next.
It's coming.
This approves job class specifications for information technology and urban development.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and second. Voting Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
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 What's different about that any other day?
Me? Yeah.
Yes.
It's a light change. I feel like I'm under interrogation.
It moved
Did
at
I-
some point, the big light up there.
It's when you said the marijuana.
Whoa, light.
We better get through
Yeah,
the,
let's
thank
get
goodness it wasn't a blue light. All right, clerk.
This will authorize an amendment to the city's agreement and authorize execution of the amended agreement with Temporary Emergency Services Incorporated.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and second. Voting Mr. Fell.
Yes.
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 Resolution's adopted, clerk.
This authorizes an amendment to the city's agreement and authorizes execution of the amended agreement with Salvation Army.
So moved. Second.
Moved and second. Voting Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
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 Resolution's adopted, clerk.
This consents to the assignment of contracts from Burt Kleinpeter Incorporated to Thompson Engineering Incorporated.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and second. Voting Mr. Fell.
Yes.
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 Resolution's adopted, clerk.
This will authorize a contract with Motorola Solutions Incorporated.
Move adoption.
Second.
It's been moved and second. Voting Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
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 Resolution's adopted. Clerk. This will authorize a minor public works contract with Civil Works Construction LLC.
Move to accept.
Second.
Moved and second. Voting Mr. Fell.
Yes.
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 Resolution's adopted. Clerk.
This will tentatively award a public works contract to Mark Johnson Construction LLC for Ed Love Raw Water Pump Station Improvements Project.
Move to accept.
Second.
Moved and second. Voting Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
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 Resolution's adopted. Clerk.
This will authorize task order directive number 3 with Jacobs Engineering Group Incorporated for the Ed Love Water Pump Station Improvements Project.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and second. Voting Mr. Fell.
Yes.
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 Resolution's adopted. Clerk.
This authorizes a contract with TTL Incorporated for professional environmental assessment services.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and second. Voting Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
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 Resolution's adopted. Clerk.
This will authorize a special order by consent with Alabama Department of Environmental Management.
Move adoption.
Second.
Second.
Moved and second. Voting Mr. Fell.
Yes.
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 Resolution's adopted. Clerk.
This authorizes disbursement from District 5 improvement funds for the Eagles Wings Day Habilitation Program.
Motion.
Second.
Moved and second. Voting Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
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 Resolution's adopted. Clerk.
This will authorize the Chief Financial Officer to draw drafts for payment of Commissioner Award, Commissioner fees, and court costs in probate court for the Western Riverwalk Improvements Project.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and second. Voting Mr. Fell.
Yes.
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 Resolution's adopted. Clerk.
This authorizes an amended right-of-way acquisition agreement between the State of Alabama Department of Transportation and the city for the project consisting of the widening, striping, and other improvements on Watermelon Road.
Move to accept.
Second.
Moved and second. Voting Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
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 Resolution's adopted. Clerk.
This will authorize the Chief Financial Officer to draw drafts for the Juanita Drive Phase 2 Improvements Project property acquisitions.
Motion.
Second.
Moved and second. Voting Mr. Fell.
Yes.
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 Resolution's adopted. Ordinances, resolutions of a general nature are permanent operation for introduction. Clerk.
This will introduce zoning amendment number 1484.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and second. Voting Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
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 Clerk.
This authorizes the operation of medical cannabis dispensing sites.
Move adoption.
Second.
Moved and second. Voting Mr. Fell.
Yes.
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 No.
Yes.
Mr. Wilson.
Yes.
This will be carried over to next week since it did not receive unanimous consent. Clerk.
Party poop.
This authorizes Amendment 14 to the fiscal year 2022 general fund budget.
Move adoption.
Second.
It's been moved and second. Voting Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
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 Call for unanimous consent.
Second.
Moved and second. Voting Mr. Fell?
Yes.
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 Budget's amended. Clerk?
This will amend Exhibits A and B of Section 1942 and 1960A of the Code of Tuscaloosa.
Move adoption.
Second.
It's been moved and second. Voting Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
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 Do I hear a
Call
call?
for unanimous consent.
Second.
Moved and second. Voting Mr. Fell?
Yes.
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 Exhibits are amended for adoption. Clerk?
This sets September 27th as the date for a hearing to consider adoption of zoning amendment number 1484.
So move.
A second.
Moved and second. Voting Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
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 Date is set. Clerk?
This sets September 13th as a date for a hearing to consider approval of the gastropub as a conditional use for SoCal Cantina.
So move.
Second.
It's been moved and second. Voting Mr. Fell?
Yes.
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 Date is set. Auditing accounts.
This authorizes the payment of bills.
Payment of
Pay
bills.
bills.
Second.
Moved and second. Voting Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
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 Thank you.
Bills are paid. Citizens' comments and other communication. Any citizens wish to address their city council tonight? Seeing none, subject to the exercise of mayoral veto and ordinances of a general nature or permanent operation, all other departments hereby order to otherwise implement council policy this day enacted. Here, motion to
Move we
adjourn.
adjourn.
Second.
Moved and second. Voting Mr. Fell?
Yes.
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 Eventually we know.
Yes.
But
Meeting's adjourned.
seems like it's just nobody
Oh, really?
really. I've got YouTube.